Welcome to the 2011 St. Thomas Aquinas College News. I'm Candace Rivera. Stack News is a student-produced news show filmed at our own Stack TV studio.
And I'm Jared Reyes. Here's our top story, Candace. Last night, the babysitter of 17-month-old Annabelle Sarah was arrested and charged with endangering the welfare of a child after their disappearance Wednesday morning. 46-year-old Beatrice Rios brought the child home around 5:40 last night after the parents had been searching for her. The child and the babysitter were last seen by the parents at 9:30 a.m. in their residence on the Upper East Side. Mr. and Mrs. Sarah didn't worry until they received an alarming text message. The mother, Melissa Sarah, stated, quote, "I got a text message at 10:47 a.m. that they had not yet reached their play date, which was just 10 blocks south from here," end quote. According to the family driver, Rios claimed that while in Central Park, a man next to her took her jacket, the stroller, her purse, and walked away. However, Rios has not explained her and the child's disappearance to the parents personally. She has also been charged with unlawful imprisonment and failure to exercise control of a minor. We'll keep you updated, but now let's head over to Candace with more news.
Thanks, Jared. President Obama touched down in New York City Wednesday afternoon just in time for the Christmas tree lighting in Rockefeller Center. It caused some New Yorkers to say, "Why today, Mr. President?" New York City faced major gridlock and street closures from early in the afternoon lasting late into the night. Donald Trump told Fox News, quote, "It's very inconsiderate of the president to come into New York and have a fundraiser during the Christmas tree lighting," end quote. The president was in town for an LGBT event celebrating this year's gay rights progress. He also attended 3 different fundraising events for his presidential campaign toward a second term. The president stayed at the Sheraton Hotel, which is just blocks away from the tree lighting. There were about 7 different avenues shut down from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., while other midtown streets turned into elaborate parking lots. Lucky for New Yorkers, Justin Bieber didn't perform last night as rumored, or traffic could have been a lot worse. Now, let's send it over to Lisa with your entertainment report.
Thanks, Candace. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Behind the Red Carpet. I'm Lisa Felice here with your latest news and entertainment. We all know that Kim Kardashian has been making the headlines for a failed marriage, but now her older sister Kourtney is in the news. Don't worry guys, it's nothing bad. The oldest Kardashian announced she is pregnant with her second child with boyfriend Scott Disick. "It's so exciting," said sister Kim. "At least there is something good in store for the Kardashian clan in the new year." Speaking of Kim, it looks like Kris Humphries wants to annul his marriage to Kim. The NBA star's intent is to annul the marriage, clearing the record of ever being married to the reality star. If Kris gets his way, the couple will avoid divorce proceedings. I think that we will continue to hear about this divorce for a long time. In other news, the dress Amy Winehouse wore on the cover of her album Back to Black was auctioned for $67,000 in London. The designer of the dress donated the proceeds from the sale to the Amy Winehouse Foundation, which was set up by the singer's family to help vulnerable young people. The father of the late singer said the family was just over the moon, and this is a wonderful start to the foundation. So, Dr. Conrad Murray, the physician of the late pop star Michael Jackson, has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Earlier this month, Murray was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the case of Jackson's June 2009 death. Jackson's mother, Catherine, told reporters she wanted the son of her former physician to serve the maximum amount of time in jail. Only time will tell if Murray serves the full 4 years or if he gets out earlier. Now on to some happy news. Actress Anne Hathaway is engaged to Adam Shulman. The couple has been together for 3 years, and no details on the upcoming wedding have been released. We wish the couple the best of luck. Well, that's all I have for now. Back to you, Jared.
Thanks, Lisa. It's hard to believe, but New York Governor Andrew Cuomo plans on giving middle-class taxpayers a tax cut and making New York millionaires dig down deep to front the rest. In this proposition, New Yorkers who earn as much as $400,000 a year could see a tax cut. Just a quick side note, there are 75,000 people who work in New York that earn at least $1 million, but 37,000 of them live outside the state. Tommy Dormas, a resident of Astoria, stated, quote, "It's a great idea. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. There's no middle class. It would be great," end quote. No legislative leaders have signed any revision to the tax code. Now let's head over to Ashley at the White House with a very special report.
Thanks, Jared. Well, I'm here at the White House, and As we could see, Herman Cain just doesn't seem to be out of hot water yet. We have learned that a woman in Atlanta came forward yesterday claiming to have had a 14-year affair with Cain. Ginger White claimed that the affair ended 8 months ago when Cain announced that he was running for president. White stated that she was well aware that he was married and that she was, in fact, the other woman. She has mobile phone records to prove their relationship, as well as airline tickets he bought for her to come visit him during his travels. She came out with the story because she felt like she was going to be discovered. Cain has stated that the claims are completely false and that it is hurting his family. When he told his wife, her response was, "Here we go again." Well, that's all the news I have for you here. I'm Ashley Fine, reporting from the White House. Back to you, Candace.
Very interesting, Ashley. Now get ready and all aboard as we journey into Lisa's world. She's going to be giving us some information about toys and what we might need to know during this holiday season. Now, over to you, Lisa.
Thanks, Candace. I'm Lisa Bervogel. With the holidays slowly approaching and you deciding whether or not those kids in your life are being naughty or nice, you may need some help picking out a gift for a child. There are millions of toys that are out there and hundreds of new ones each and every year. But what are manufacturers doing to make sure that those toys are safe? There are certain guidelines and labels that are placed on every toy since 1995 to now that make sure that your kid, whether or not they're 3 or 7, gets the right toy. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the CPSC, closely monitors and regulates toys. The toy companies have to comply with these regulations if they want to put their product out on the shelf. Sure enough, some of these toys do get by, like the cursing dolls, and then we don't know what to do, and they get put on the recall list. But these regulations are in place due to the fact that each year there are a number of cases of kids treated in the hospital emergency rooms for toy-related injuries, anywhere from ingesting a product to sticking a part of the toy up their nose or in their ears. These kids don't know what they're doing, so that's why you have to be responsible and make sure they can't pull them apart. But here are some general guidelines to keep in mind when you're Christmas shopping for a toy or two. Toys that are made out of fabric should be labeled flame resistant or flame retardant, meaning that they won't light on fire if you're close to that warm fire this holiday season or by the stove. Toys that are stuffed should be washable. Your kids aren't always the cleanest things, so you want to make sure their toys don't get them sick. Painted toys should be covered with lead-free paint. Art materials should also say non-toxic, because if the kids put them in their mouths, which they will, you don't want them to get sick. Crayons and paint should say ASTMD 4236 on the package, which I don't really know what that means, but it means that they've been evaluated by the American Society for Testing of Materials. Or you could just stick with Crayola. Sharp ends or small parts like eyes, wheels, buttons that can be pulled loose aren't always the safest things for kids. Small ends can extend back into their mouths and cause them to choke. Strings also have to be taken in consideration that they could choke themselves with it or other things. Parts that could become pinched with their little fingers, you don't want them to get hurt, so you gotta be careful. And also stand clear of old toys, even hand-me-downs. Even those toys may have sentimental value. So this holiday season, if you don't want your gift to end up in the closet with the recall list of toys and the bad toys or hurt someone, make sure you take in consideration this list. And the top 3 things I recommend that you probably get a kid in your life is an S-107 RC helicopter. It's really cool. It flies everywhere. Or you could get a Leapfrog Leap Pad, which will teach them to read and write. Or my personal favorite, Rockin' Elmo. Every year this guy has a new costume. What's next, protesting Elmo? Well, thanks for joining me. Back to you, Candace.
Thank you, Lisa. President Ronald Reagan's shooter, John Hinckley, is now asking to have more extended leave from a government mental hospital and to be eventually released into his mother's home in Virginia. Hinckley shot the president and 3 others in March of 1981. A doctor at the hospital is now saying that there is a low risk that Hinckley would be a danger to himself or others. His lawyer says that Hinckley is taking his antipsychotic drugs on a regular basis. The Secret Service observed Hinckley without his knowledge during unsupervised free time. They found that Hinckley lied about more than 3 times on where he was going. They found him in bookstores looking at books about Ronald Reagan and presidential assassins. The proceedings will take place over the next several days. Now, here's Allie with the weather.
Hi, I'm Allie Reep here with your local weather forecast. Today, on the East Coast over in Rockland County, New York, and in Bergen County, New Jersey, it's a beautiful day out there with sunny skies and temperatures reaching a high of 51. After almost reaching an all-time record of warm weather this past Tuesday, with temperatures reaching almost 70 degrees, you would have never thought it was Christmas time. But temperatures will remain pretty high for this time of year, reaching 53 by Friday, down to 48 on Saturday, and back up to 54 on Sunday. Skies will remain sunny the whole weekend. It'll be a great weekend to get outdoors and enjoy this unusually warm weather for the area while it lasts. Down in Dallas, Texas, we're seeing sunny skies with temperatures reaching a high of 66, but the sun will not be lasting for long because it's going to be a rainy and cooler weekend down there, with temperatures reaching a high of 60 for Friday and Saturday. Moving west in San Diego, California, it's pretty windy over there, but it will be calming down for the weekend, which is looking beautiful. Sunny skies and temperatures reaching 63 degrees until Sunday, leaving a good amount of outdoor activity options. That's all your weather for today. Now back to Jared and Candace in the studio.
Thanks, Allie. So, Candace, did you hear about this? A 15-pound turkey flew into an Eaton Park restaurant, shattered the glass in Penn Hills, Pennsylvania, on Thanksgiving, no less.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not a very lucky turkey, is it?
I don't know. I'm going to take it as, he was starting a turkey revolution, saying, well, we're not going to take this anymore. Eat a ham, eat pork, eat something else, eat lasagna. I'm getting sick of you eating me and my brothers.
Well, maybe that was really the only one that was spared on Thanksgiving. There has to be one turkey.
I guess, the other ones had brains. So thanks for watching Stacked News alongside Candace Rivera. I'm Jared Reyes. Have a great weekend and see you next time. Goodbye.